Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is episode 104 of the Affiliate Party Podcast. Today, Tuesday, October the 27th, we are going to talk about taking full-fledged action and why you shouldn't buy too many courses. Now, we'll start off with the too many courses. You don't want to buy too many courses because you will sit there and you will never do anything. If you buy a bunch of courses, you will just sort of learn. You'll be like, we all know somebody, they was in college for like 10 years, 12 years, 8 years, 9 years. Some of them still going to college. And I don't mean the people that get their PhD. I'm not talking about the people that get their master's degrees. I'm talking about the people that's 8 or 9 years in college and they haven't even got a bachelor's degree, an associate's degree. I don't know if you know any people like this, but I knew a couple of them. I knew a guy who was like 26 and he was still in college, and they was like, he's a junior. And I'm like, a junior? It's been 8 years since we graduated. What do you mean he's still a junior? Like, at some point, you have to look at yourself and say, what am I doing? What's going on? Why am I not moving? Why am I not moving forward? So you don't want to be that person. You don't want to buy a bunch of courses, because even though buying 1 or 2 courses is fine. You learn what you learn, then you move on, then you want to take action. You don't want to buy 20 courses, 30 courses, and you never do anything. You'll paralyze yourself. You after a while you go, okay, I think I'm ready. And then the guy will tell you, hey, buy this course too. And then you're like, oh, I got to buy that course and study before I start doing it. No. Don't do that. Don't buy a bunch of courses. A lot of the courses these days are not that great anyway, to be honest. A lot of people, they want to sell you courses for, $1,900, or they'll say, oh, the value of this course is $8,000. They really don't tell you anything. A lot of the stuff that you want to learn anyway, most of the time you're going to learn on your own. You're going to learn on the fly. You're going to fall down. You're going to learn from experience. It's just like, when I first started driving the truck, the guy trained me. I had to ride with a guy. I was in the truck with him for a while, and everything, it was in the summertime, so we didn't start off in the wintertime, so I didn't learn anything about snow. I had to learn that on my own. I had to learn about snow on my own. I had to learn about fog on my own. A lot of different things that we rode around and did, I never did in the truck. A lot of things that we didn't cover, I had to learn on my own, and I made a couple of mistakes, but at the end of the day, I just kept going and kept moving forward and kept taking action, and it worked out. I got better, and then, here I am, 15 years later, So a lot of things you're not gonna learn in one course anyway, but you want to get a working knowledge of whatever you want to do, and then you start doing it. Like I told you about that book. The title was you are the guru. You are your own guru. You are your own person. You are your own man or woman or whatever. You are you, and nobody will teach you a greater lesson than yourself, and maybe it's a couple of people in the world, but nothing teaches you more than doing it. A workbook, a study guide, that's not going to show you. Throw yourselves in the fire and take it from there. And away we go. That's why, in October, the 1st of October, I said, come on, we're going to crank this out. We're going to crank this up. I told myself, I said, I got to start making these phone calls, start cranking them out, because like I told you before, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? Like full-time internet marketing, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm headed. So action. I've cranked up the content. I've started staying up early. We started doing more podcasts, started doing more writing. Like this is go. Now is the time to go, push it. So this is why Tuesday, this podcast is about action. I know in action, we talked about action before, and we're going to talk about action again. We're going to talk about action again, because without action, without moving, it's if you don't move forward, it's pointless to listen to this podcast. You know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't moving forward, it would be pointless for me to do this podcast, because what was the point? What's the point? So this is why I stress creating content. I stress, don't listen, don't consume too much. Of course, listen to this podcast, because we're not gonna hold you hostage for 2 or 3 hours, but listen and then go do whatever you want to do. It's that simple, basically. It's like I'll give you a point. I remember when I was in boot camp, and they said, who can't swim? And people raise their hand, and they say, okay, you can't swim, sit over there. And then so people that couldn't swim, we had to go sit over there. Then at the end they said, hey, we gotta fail you, so you gotta dive in the pool, and then we're gonna pick you up. And people were like, what? And they were like, yeah, so you're gonna dive, we're gonna grab you, and that's it. Then you gotta come back from remedial class. And it's like, one guy was like, I've never been in the pool before, and other people was like, oh, I'm so scared, and it's like, you got a choice, no matter what the military, you have a choice. At that point, you either get up, walk out, say, fuck it, or you say, you know what, I'm just going to dive in, the hell with it, and see where it goes. Me, myself, I said, I took a deep breath, dove in, they grabbed me, and it all worked out. But sometimes you have to think about that kind of stuff, and sometimes you have to think about being just fearless, like, I know action, sometimes you're like, oh shit, I gotta do this, and it's like, yeah, if we want to get to the other side, if we want to get to the other side of the mountain, or we want to climb the mountain, like, hey, let's all be honest, let's not BS each other. It's all right to be fearful, because it's like you're taking on this is a whole new career for you and I. You and I, we're on the internet now. We're entrepreneurs. We're internet marketers. We're business people. However, whatever title you want to use, that's what we are. We are here to make money for ourselves. We are here to create a business for ourselves. We are here to be self-sufficient. So that's scary. It's nerve-wracking. I get that. But for us to move forward, for us to get on the other side of the mountain, to take charge, then we have to, the more action we take, the more fear moves to the back. You move that fear to the back, everything will be all right. So we want to be Action Jackson. Have you ever seen that movie, Action Jackson? It was one of the best movies of the 80s. Very corny, but Action Jackson basically was the guy. He walked around. He was a cop. He didn't do much talking, but he did a whole lot of action, So he was always into something. So be more Action Jackson than cautious Kathy or petrified Pete. Don't be none of those people. Be Action Jackson. All right. That's it for today. That's it for the podcast. I gotta go now, but go ahead, start up some action. Write down a few things that you can do to start your action, start moving your feet. And remember, don't buy too many courses. Don't buy a lot of courses. Buy a course, use the course, then start making some money. Then you can buy another course after that if you want to. But just, don't buy a lot of courses. Do more action than that. And then once you start getting the money going, getting the money rolling in, then you can start looking at buying different courses to help you out, to help elevate your skill set. Then that's a good time to buy the course. Don't buy a bunch of courses and then you not use them, and then you still have no skill set, and you just got a bunch of courses collecting dust. It's no good. All right. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed episode 104 of the Affiliate Party Podcast. My name is Tony Rezzano. And that's it. All right. And until next time, tomorrow time, until then, we will talk to you later. And as always, everybody, peace.